Again, in first and second class, there is a wide variety of activities that you can do with the children on the interactive whiteboard as a whole class activity using the interactive dice from CPD College. We will go through a range of these activities now in no particular order, but you will get the ideas that you can take back to your classroom to use with your children using interactive virtual dice. Well, the first thing you can do is choose the red dice, which is the 1 to 6 dice, choose 2 dice, you roll it, and then you say to the children, add the two numbers. So the children might be using a dry white marker board. They add 6 plus 1 is 7. They write it on the dry white marker board, they hold it up, and you can see who has gotten it right and who has gotten it wrong. So throw 2 dice. Again, 5 and 5, throw again, 2 and 1. Or you can throw 3 dice and ask the children to add the 3 numbers. As you can see here, we have 2 5s and a 6. So children who will be adding these, they should know that straight away the strategy would probably be to add the 2 5s as 10 and 6 is 16, as opposed to going the more difficult route, which would be 6 and 5 is 11 plus 5 is 16. In this case, they should be using their doubles, their knowledge of doubles, like 2 2s are 4 or 2 4s are 8. In this case, 2 5s are 10 and 6 are 16. So you're throwing 3 dice and they have to add the 3 numbers mentally using various addition strategies. Also, by asking them to add 3 red dice, you are moving up into the teen numbers from 11 to 20. Another activity that you could do is the following. So you could start off with 1 dice, you throw it and say to the children, how many more to make 10? You would hope that they would be writing number 7 on the dry white marker boards and holding that up, and then using a rec and rec, using your own dry white marker board, you would show them how to get from 3 to 10. So they should be saying 7. So throw, how many more to make 10? 7. How many more to make 10? 4. So again, in first class, early first class, this would be an activity. Perhaps in second class, it could be choosing the green dice, and you throw the green dice, and here you might be saying how many more to make 20 or how many more to make 30. You can choose any number of dice and any color. For example, you could choose a 1 red and 1 green, and when you throw it, they have to add the 2 numbers and tell you how many more they need to make 30 or to make 20. Another activity would be to throw the 2 dice and ask them to take the red number from the green number. So 16, take away 5, write the answer on your dry white marker board and show. So again, to take the red number from the green number. So you'll be always taking the smaller number from the bigger number. Again, throw. Yet another activity would be to select 2 red dice, throw the 2 dice and ask them, what is the difference between the 2 numbers? What is the difference between 5 and 3? And the difference being 2, and again they're writing the answers on their dry white marker boards. Or you could throw 1 red and 1 green. You throw them and you ask them, what's the difference between the 2 numbers? What is the difference between the 2 numbers? And this is a very good exercise for the children, and they love doing these exercises. And the thing is, you can also have physical dice so that in pairs or in threes they can repeat some of these activities together in their pairs at their table. The next exercise could be the beginning of tens and units. So for example, get the pink cube, throw it, and you ask them to set out using their tens and units materials, set out the number. So they would have to set out 7 tens and 6 units using the Dean's blocks. Throw again, how many tens and units? We have 55, so they would set that out, set out the 55. Another activity might be to throw 2 green dice, and the green dice are composed of numbers from 3 to 19, so they have to add the 2 numbers. Adding the 2 numbers, okay, or if we take the orange dice, we throw that, and they have to add 2 2-digit numbers, and that's an actual double. The 225 is 50, so the doubles should be pretty known and pretty secure midway through first class, certainly in second class. So again, you're getting the idea of how you can use these interactive dice for a whole range of mental arithmetic work with your children. In second class, you might get, say, one orange dice. You throw it and you say to your children, write down the number that is 10 more than the number shown. So you'll be looking around to see, are they writing 52? Throw again, 10 more than the number shown is. Or you could say, give me 20 more than the number shown, and then throw it again. There are umpteen ways you can use these 4 dice here in combination across first and second class. We're just highlighting a few ideas here. Here we have rolled the dice and we have got a 29 and a 20. So I would ask the children to add 29 plus 20. They would write it on their dry white marker boards and hold it up. But the most important thing here is to have a conversation with the various children who got it correct or incorrect. But those who got it correct, ask them, Martin, how did you get 49? And Martin might say, teacher, I started 29 and I added 2 10s, and 29 and 10 is 39 and 10 is 49. So that's one way of doing it. Jack might say, teacher, I have another way of doing it. Jack, what way have you got to do it? And Jack might say, teacher, I started at 20 and I added 10 is 30 and 10 is 40 and then 9 was 49. Jacinta might have had another way of doing it, and Jacinta might be using her knowledge of doubles. So for example, Jacinta might say, teacher, I added 2 20s because there's a 20 and 29, so 2 20s is 40 and 9 is 49. So by talking to the children about how they arrived at the answer, you will elicit the various strategies that they are using to add 2 double-digit numbers together. So these are just some of the ways that you can use the 4 dice in first and second class for mental arithmetic work. I'm sure there are plenty more ways that you will come up with to use the dice usefully in first and second class.